Welcome back to another video. Today I'm looking at Roblox games that were basically abandoned or they just got forgotten and there's just like no players, there's no community and stuff like that. I looked through some of my old like favorite games I used to play and like most of them were like dead, which is really sad. So I decided to take a look at some of these. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so this first one is very special in my heart. This was actually the first game I ever made a video on my old channel. There's one other guy playing this game right now. This was one of like my first favorite games. It's called Disaster Dome and this was actually created by someone very popular and well known. So this game is basically like natural disaster survival, but it's in a dome. And it is really fun if it's like, you know, if you play with a bunch of people. I think it could like, I think with like some upgrades, this could be like even more fun. As you can see, there's like disasters. This thing is massive and insane, so I'm just gonna hide in here. The story with this game is really interesting, and there's a reason it's been abandoned. It's because the developer moved on to new projects. So I'm pretty sure you've probably heard of the developer of this game, and I'm pretty sure once I say his name, you're gonna recognize who he is. So the developer of this game is called Build Into Games, or Preston, and he's actually the creator of Pet Simulator X, and this is one of his first games he has on his profile. This is one of the only games you can still play back from his like olden day of making games. He used to have a bunch of games on his profile like Giant Survival and stuff like that, and this game here is one of the only ones that are still left up to play, but it is pretty much entirely dead. Not that many people play it. It is a really fun game though. Go check it out because it's really fun. I have a ton of fun playing this game. This is one of my most nostalgic games on Roblox. I really wish I could contact Preston like revive this game in a way where I could upgrade it, add like better lighting, better maps and stuff, and like maybe try to revive the game. But I don't know. This game is really fun though. There's a bunch of different like disasters. There's a bunch of different maps. So what you're gonna want to do is just in the game, you just want to go around, get inside a tower like this or wherever you like on the map, and then you're just going to want to survive from disasters. So I'm just going to go up to the top of this tower. It's a really fun game as well, but it's a really fun game and there's really not that much of a community. It's a really fun game though, so feel free to check it out for yourself. Let's go on to the next one. This game is not going to take too long to talk about, but this is also made by someone you probably have heard of. So as you can see here, this says Russo Collaboration, and I'm pretty sure you may know who Russo is. Russo Plays is basically this massive Roblox YouTuber. He's doing RB battles and stuff, and this was one of his old games, which is pretty much abandoned from like 5 years ago. It's a really cool game and it's pretty nostalgic for a lot of people. I hope if you played this game before, this like brings back some nostalgia. But basically the idea of this game is there's ducks and like hunters. I haven't played it in forever, but I can show some screenshots on screen from like his video and stuff. This game is really cool and I'm really sad that it's died out and that they kind of abandoned it. I feel like it could have kept doing really well if they kept like updating the game to make it like better and better, but so be it. However they make their games they want to. It really was a good game. There's a lot of great stuff in it, like a bunch of different stuff. There was even like merchandise. So let me actually let's see. Might as well buy this. All right, so I'm in my new epic shirt. I'm all dressed up, but this game you basically can't play anymore unless you have 5 people. If you have a group of like 5 or 6 of you guys, feel free to hop in this game and have some fun. It is still, I'm pretty sure, not that buggy, and it's a really fun game. I'm really sad that they abandoned it. This tends to happen with like YouTuber projects where they kind of make a game for some money. Once it kind of starts dying out, they don't even try to like revive it, and they just kind of abandon it, which really sucks, but it's entirely their choice, and this game kind of had its time, so let's go on. So we're in the next game here. You may recognize this. This was also one I used to play on my old YouTube channel. This game is basically called Lollipop Simulators. So there's going to be a couple more simulators on this list because they're kind of ones that die out pretty fast, because once they like lose the popularity, they die really fast, and the developers kind of move on to new stuff. But this game was one of my old favorite games. I used to love this game a lot. This game is really cool. It's kind of, you can see the age on it. You can see like the old lighting, and you can see like the way the maps build and the UI and stuff. I honestly miss when this game was in its time. It's really fun. I actually was playing earlier and someone gifted me these 2 pets just randomly. I was playing like right before I started recording, and I got these 2 pets. So I don't know how good they are, but it's a pretty cool game. I'm really sad it's dead, and it doesn't seem like developers plan on coming back to it. The developer of the game actually made a kind of popular new game that they've kind of moved on to, so it's pretty nice that they still have success. I feel bad for developers of like games like this that kind of die out, and it's their only like way of making money, since the developer is still pretty successful. Congrats to him. But basically what you do in this game is you just eat your lollipop like this, and then you can use it. So once you like do that, you can open up chests as well. There's chests too. But you can go to the shop and you can buy upgrades. I can buy myself better size and like 1,000 more coins. So if you go here, you can sell what you have. So I have 27,000 here. I sell that. I'm up to 81k, so I can buy a couple upgrades. So let me go in here and upgrade this. I actually have some stats here from a while back. I used to play this game a lot. You can see 550k licks, 32 level. So I used to like this game a lot. It was pretty fun. I miss when it was in its heyday, but everything has its time and everything goes through like cycle of Roblox, I guess. So let's go on to the next game here. Alright, so this next game still gets about like 30 active players, so it's not entirely forgotten and dead by everybody, but it has pretty much been abandoned by the developers because they have moved on to new projects, which I'll talk about later. But this game is called Knife Simulator, where you basically throw knives, kind of like Murder Mystery, you know, when you have like the knife and you're the murderer, and you throw it and you get money for throwing it, you buy new knives and you like kill other people. I used to play this a little tiny bit. I was never really good at it. I always like Cat a lot more, but this game is really cool. I've said that about a lot of the ones here, but it just kind of gives me nostalgia to play all these games and stuff. Coolest things I like about this game is the king system. King like transfers between like who gets killed and like who doesn't. So if I was to kill that guy up there who's shooting at us, I would be able to get the king roll and then become the king, but I don't even know if I can hit him from here. So it is really just sad seeing games like this kind of get abandoned as well. It is really nice that the developers like have moved on. I don't know if you've ever played the game Zombie Attack. The game has like hundreds of millions of visits, and that's their newest project. They have like 2,000 concurrents right now as I'm recording this, so they're doing pretty good and they're pretty successful as well. Huge congrats to them on the success. It is pretty sad that this was abandoned, but so be it. So is the life cycle of Roblox. That's how it has to go. So let's go on to the next game. Alright, so the final game here, I just am really mad about the story behind this, and there's a reason why. So I'll explain that after I explain how the gameplay aspect works. As you can see, I used to play this game a lot. I have 10 million rebirths. I'm higher than anyone else on the leaderboard. The reason I'm so sad about what happened in this game is because this was such an awesome game, but the developers were the reason the game died. The game was extremely active, pulling like thousands of players every day, and it just slowly started trickling down because the developers just stopped caring about the game. So this game was made by Buckaboo Games, and if you don't know what Buckaboo Games is, they basically made like all the simulators from back then, back in like 2018 and stuff like that. They made tons of the simulators, and they basically just abandoned them all randomly. I'm not even sure why. This game had worked with a lot of YouTubers too. There's a lot of like YouTuber pets and stuff, but it's basically turned into like a buggy mess of sorts. As you can see here, it's just like I'm just inside the hill, and they basically abandoned it. They stopped caring about it. There may have been personal reasons why that happened, but the thing that's most frustrating to me about this game, when the developers finally came back after like a couple years, I think, like multiple years, they came back. They just came back and they made a mobile app. It's a really bad mobile app too. I'm just kind of bitter, but the thing is, they basically abandoned this game, which was making them a ton of money, just to make some mobile app 2 years later that doesn't even have 1,000 downloads anymore. And I feel like the developers, I don't know if there's some personal issues behind it, so I'm like sorry about that, but I honestly think there could have been a much better way they could have gone around this instead of just making a mobile app, coming back out of nowhere, and then just vanishing again for like what, 4 or 5 months again. It's honestly sad what happened in this game, but if you're still looking for like a simulator like this still gets like 30-40 players. So if you are interested in that, feel free to check that out. But that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys want to see more content like this, like and subscribe, and take care. Thank you for sticking around but to the end of the video. Comment ice cream down below in like all caps like that. Comment that down below, and then add your username, and I'll like pick somebody to get Robux to. Thank you for watching through the full video. I'm gonna do this more, so just keep notifications on. All right,